Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt and welcome to another Minecraft video. With the Mumbo Jumbo Mega Base series that I've been doing, it's been a long time since I've done any redstone. And I kind of miss it. So I thought today I'm going to take a short break from that series and just try and come up with and build some sort of redstone contraption. And what I decided to go with is some sort of telecommunication system. So sending a message from a player that's here to someone that's way in the distance, way over there. Now I've not really planned out this at all in how I'm going to do it, how it's going to work. I'm just going to be figuring it out as I go, and I'm bringing you guys along for the ride. Okay, so first things first, I need to put down the redstone lines that are actually going to carry the signal from point A to point B. Now my problem is that this being over such great distances, we're talking about hundreds of blocks, I don't really want to be using repeaters, because a repeater, even on the small setting like that, when I turn this on, there's still a 1 tick delay for this side to turn on, which when it's just one, that's fine, it doesn't really matter. Over the hundreds of blocks we're talking about, that's actually going to be quite a significant delay, and I want this to be as instant as possible. So you send the message and it instantly comes up at the other player. So I need a way that is not these standard repeaters. I need a way of having that redstone signal repetition being instant. Okay, it's been a while since I've built one of these, but I think if I put that like that, and then, not that, do this, that should be an instant repeater. So I'm going to build up a few more of these and I'll give it a test. Right, I've logged in with my camera account so that I can see both of these ends of the redstone here simultaneously. So down this line, I just have the repeaters. Down this line, I have these instant ones that I've built. And if you can see in the top right corner there, that is the view at the other end. So if I pull this lever, that looks pretty instant to me. You can see the one with the pistons comes on straight away. And there's a bit of a delay in the other one. Now if I look up here, literally the end of that is literally just down there. So even over that short distance, you can already see that there's a noticeable difference in timing. So this is going to be a lot of time saved in sending the signal if I do this over the full length of the distance between two players that are far away. Now if I press this, yep, that works. So I've put it all underground, so I'm not having to like deal with going over and around terrain and stuff. And the other end of it's about 500 blocks in that direction. 500 blocks, instant redstone. How about that? Now this is only going to do for the signal for like one part of a message at a time. Now the way I'm thinking of doing this, I think I want to have like one of these per letter. So I'll have like a board over here with buttons for like all the different letters, and then I press them and it'll send the signals down to do those letters. So I need another 25 of these. So that's my next task. Well, that took a very long time, but I've finally got all 26 lines done, and I've set up the beginning of this here with all these repeaters so that when I press this lever, it'll delay the signal going down all the way there, so that at this end, I will be able to see it coming on one at a time, so I can check like each of these works and I'll see how that works. So let's press this now. This is the first time I've pressed it. And it goes up. It's kind of worked, but there's some random ones in the middle there that aren't going on. Okay, I better go figure out what's wrong with those then. So at this end, all of those look to be lit up, but at this end, these ones in the middle hearts, so somewhere down the middle there, it's not connecting up properly. Well, I found the problem. I don't know quite how that happened, how I managed to miss this big section in the middle, but at least that's an easy fix. I'll fix that and we'll go try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Boom. That looked a lot better. And off. Okay, there was a slight delay over there, but that could have just been lag because they are all down. Okay, I think that's working. Nice. Out of the way, grass. Okay, I'm about to start work on the input for this, and I think I have a plan. I think that will allow me to put all 26 input buttons on this board here, which is not a big area to have 26 separate buttons on, but I think I can make it work. Only one way to find out, I guess. So let's get started on this. What I've done here is I've built 3 of these redstone dust lattices, one for each of the rows of buttons down there. Now my thinking here is that, yeah, I know all of this is obviously interconnected, but this is 15 blocks long and this is. So if I were to like press, say I was to press this button here, the button for I, that is going to send out a signal strength of 15. So even though it's all interconnected, this signal is going to go into these as well. The only one at the end it's going to reach is this one, because that would be the 16th block. So that bit of redstone is not going to get powered up. So because it's 15 blocks long, hopefully I'm thinking I should just be able to take the outputs out of here. I'll probably have to use repeaters for that, I guess. So there'll be a slight delay, but that's okay. And I should be able to get a separate input out of each of these, even though it's all connected, and then run it around into each of these different ones for these different buttons. Right, so that idea may still work, but turns out I definitely built it in the wrong place. So I get to start it again, yay. Quick update, I'm about halfway done with the wiring and it's working. This system I've come up with is definitely working. A little bit tight on space, but I think I can fit it all in. I'm gonna keep going and hopefully it continues to keep working, because I really don't want to have to undo everything I just did. This actually took more time than it would look like for the amount of stuff that's there. It took a lot more time than it would look like to work this out. So I really don't want to have to go over and redo everything that I've just done. Several mistakes later, and I have this monstrosity. I think this might be one of the ugliest redstone machines I've ever built. And to make matters worse, as I hit record on this clip, I've literally just thought of a way that I think I might have been able to make it a lot smaller and neater. But it doesn't matter, it works. I'm leaving it as it is. I have down here, I have my keyboard, and they all work. They all connect to the correct letter way over there. So I'm leaving it, it's fine. Anywho, my next job now, I think, is to figure out how I'm going to take each of these outputs and cause it to make some redstone lamps display a different letter. So depending on which one of these is activated, it's going to depend on which redstone lamps end up getting lit up. Nope. I've decided to do this instead, and let me show you why. So my initial plan was to have screens like this that, depending on which button had been pressed, would light up different lamps to show a letter, and I would have a bunch of them next to each other so you could spell out words like that, which I could do it, but let me quickly show you the redstone wiring for all these letters here. If I look behind here, you can see there's quite a lot going on here. Now, it's not as complicated as it looks. All it really is just redstone lines and then these instant repeater things. It's just fiddly, and it's also quite big, and I would have basically had to do this for every single letter. So the longer words I want to be able to make, let's say I wanted to be able to make 6-letter words at a time, I would have had to do all of this 6 times. So nope, that is just more than I really wanted to do for this project. So what I'm going to do instead is I have this, and when you press the buttons, the light will light up, and then that will spell out the words like that by lighting up the letters in order. So now that I've explained that, I suppose we should actually give this thing a test, because I've not actually tested this thing with these buttons since I finished building that big wall over there. So as you can see, I've now got my buttons up in the top right corner of the screen there, and the main screen showing the output. So let's try S here. If I press this button for S, nothing happens. Let's try A, B, C. Okay, so some of them work, but that one doesn't. I wonder why. Okay, so I just tested all the other letters quickly there, and S, literally of all the letters I could have picked, S is the only one that doesn't work. I'm going to go fix that, and then we'll try this again. Well, that's an easy fix. Yeah, there is a hole in my redstone line. That's why S doesn't work. So if I do this, okay, now S works. So now I can go S, C, U, be... Yes, I can tell you all to subscribe with my Redstone messaging system. So yeah, it's a pretty rudimentary system, but I think it's pretty cool, especially seeing as to be 500 blocks over in the distance there. And if I just hit the N in the middle here, there's barely any delay in that at all. And that's pretty cool. And it's not even limited by the range. Like, I've only just done the 500 blocks here because I didn't want to deal with chunk loaders in the middle. I just wanted to make sure that between the two players, that would load all the chunks necessary. But if you had a powerful enough computer to have as many chunks as you wanted loaded, and you put a bunch of chunk loaders all down the gap between the two players, in theory, you could have this going as far as you want, and there would be no difference in the amount of time it took for those letters to light up. Of course, we're not going to talk about the fact that you could just do that. That's all you need to do for messaging in Minecraft. But we're not going to talk about that. That's not a thing. Definitely not. You need redstone, and you need redstone like this. Anyway, guys, that does it for this video. Let me know what you thought down in the comment section. Did you like it? Would you like to see more of this sort of thing? If you did enjoy it, as always, smash that like button and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more future videos from me. In the meantime, I've been Matt, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.